Welcome back to this another live session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. After the previous week's live that we have done this week, also we are starting another pretty big trading week, starting with the second session, with the NY session, looking at potential trading opportunity. You guys can see the screen now. Hope that ready for big trading week. And we see there is a dramatic change in the market sentiment. You guys have seen that past week there was a pretty big bounce at the end of the week, followed by today we can see the market also form that bull flag, and then now it's on a trend, potentially back to the upside. You see the market has tested this daily high. Still the gap open is not filled. We see the market almost reach that gap but didn't penetrate back to the upside here. Looking at the daily time frame here, what you can see that from the daily there is a gap open. Are you guys ready to trade that gap here? Now I would like to do a complete multi-time frame analysis before we look for the entry. So, which instrument we are looking at? Gold, waiting, welcome, thank you very much. Gbpjpy. Okay, so do you want me to look at GJ or gold? Share your thought and opinion. The more members we'll look for, we'll be looking at. If you welcome. Welcome. Thanks for joining the live session. GJ? Anyone else with the GJ or gold fully? Gold? Gold? Anyone else? Gold? Smash the like button if you like gold, or smash the like button if you like GJ, and then share your opinion. Nasdaq? Yeah, we do, of course. We can look at gold. Okay, Xauusd. Anyone else? Gold? Well done, welcome. Yep, keep writing guys. Be curious, ask questions, as many questions as you can. Well done, welcome. Also join the Telegram. You can find link below this video, or also there is a link on the live chat. You can click that link. Stay connected by joining so that you can access everything that I'm posting in the video, including the promotions. Welcome. Cool. Let's look at here on gold. What we are looking at the moment. Now gold from the daily, so far the market opened with a gap and the price was showing downtrending market structure. This is the daily low here that the price has reached, today's low, and we can see the market slowly building that pressure back to the upside. What I think that after retest of this daily high, the market on a daily resistance, and from that zone we might see a potential rejection back below this support level, which is an important level. And if you look at here, what do you see? This is where the market dropped to that level today so far. From here, it moved back to the upside, and the market after this drop, we can see that there is a potential rejection now at the moment. The market on the daily resistance line expecting to come back here to this support level and then to return back again to the upside here. Now looking at the 4-hour chart here that you can see on gold, Now in this lower time frame, from the 4-hour, we can see the price from the bigger picture perspective showing that potentially to be bullish. But at the same time, we can see the market is approaching the daily high. So where is our level? This is the key points that we need to look at. Where we are looking at today, the market at. And as the market approaching this daily resistance line, where there is a gap open, and with this gap open, if you look at, there's a gap open, and in that gap area, expecting the market to potentially come back here to this daily support level, which is also the 4-hour 10 EMA. And that is where expecting that gold to potentially come back here, retest, and then reject back again to the upside in this market. That being said, looking at the lower time frame here, we can see the market here in this area from the 4-hour chart. This is where there is a resistance line. Gap open, expecting the market to potentially come back here to this 10 EMA. What I think that the market may potentially do is that the price to come back here, possibly to retest this support level, and then to reject back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So that being said, from the 4-hour chart here, we can see the markets from the lower time frame. This is the move, pullback, and expecting another move back to the upside here. What I think that, the market may do anything, but our plan primarily here on gold is for the price to potentially to have another retest. And what it could do is that this 4-hour candle could come back here for another retest and then return back again, bounce back again to the upside. And that's where we are looking for an entry opportunity in this market. Either this 4-hour closing as a red bearish candle, the other one to bounce back up, or this current candle to come here and then to go back up. So today's level that expecting to come back at 3359, 3360 level, and then to reject back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. And that being said, waiting for gold to come back here, retest, and then return back again to the upside. This is an important support level, which is a key level of support here, also support here. And from that support, expecting gold to potentially return back again to the upside to create a new higher high. Currently the market on the daily resistance line, as we have seen that past week, there was a pretty sharp breakout here, which is a very strong breakout in this market. A single bounce back to the upside here. And that bounce, that if you look at what you can see, it's a one single impulse to the upside. And that impulse, also you can see that there is a bull flag here. And that bull flag, what we can see, the market in this area has made its move, pullback, another move, deeper pullback. The market is maintaining that series of higher high and higher low, which is in an uptrending market structure. So that being said, looking at the 4-hour chart, what we are looking at here today is from the daily. This is a support level on the daily, expecting the market to test and then to return back again to the major direction of the trend. As the market already maintaining that bullish market structure, this is where our main focus is, to look for the area of value, the important zone. Now this level that we are looking at is the today's low. It might even cross back below. If the market does, that is where we will be looking for an entry opportunity in this market. So let's see where the market potentially be heading. I hope that guys, you're enjoying the live session that we are doing every single day. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. So let's look at here at the moment, as the market is maintaining that uptrend, expecting the price to potentially bounce back to the upside here. CAD CHF, what happened to Zoom this morning, sir? Okay, so Zoom was not this morning. I think it was on Saturday. There was a recording posted in the channel. For those who are in the premium, you can access that. Cool. And in the meantime, let's see now on daily what we can see here. From this level, the market slowly now potentially to revert back. Still, there is a little bit of gap is still remaining. The market is still didn't hit that gap level. What we can see here in this is a resistance and also the resistance, and the market did not hit that gap level, expecting the market to potentially trend back here. That's what we're looking at in this market, for this price to potentially come back here, test the level, and then to revert back again. So our aim here to enter from the most important area of value. Because when we are entering from the most important area of value, that's where high probability trades are up, because trading is all about probability. Hello everyone. And that's all we need to enter from an important area of value. As a trader, many traders try to find a lot of confluences, okay? It's good to have more confluences, because in that way, you can have high probability trade setup. But there's a term called, that probably it's a very old school term called the analysis paralysis. Okay, it's another way of saying that if you are looking at too many confluences, either you might get freezed with the trade. That means you won't be able to take the trade because of too many confluences. You need to align together. Welcome. Or you enter in a trade which is not supporting those confluences. So the simplicity is the key, because professional traders, successful traders, they have always the simplest strategy. If you know that what is a strategy, then it becomes simple. Keep in mind, guys, what is a strategy? That is simple, right? So what is a strategy in fact? Once you know that what is a strategy, it becomes simple. A strategy is nothing but flip a coin plus 10 to 15% above. That's all. Flip a coin 10 to 15% more. And that's all you need. Because when you flip a coin for 1000 times, 5000 times, it nearing to 50%. Might get 48.52, 49.51. But once you add 10 to 15% with that, it becomes a strategy. So with simple edge, you can attain that edge, and that's what we need. So to go to that point, what you need is smart money system who really moves the market. In fact, it's impossible as a retail trader to make money by not trading with the smart money. So if you want to make money as a retail trader from this market, the first step is to know how smart money trade the market. And to know the smart money system, one must know how the liquidity gap works. Now you can see that here, currently we see the downtrend from this daily resistance. In fact, the market is having that rejection back below. So this is today's level that you would like to look at how the market is reacting. And that being said, what we can see here, the market slowly building the pressure back below here, and which is an important level of support on the daily. Expecting the market to come back to that support, testing that low, and then to return back again to the upside, potentially to create a new higher high in this market. We see that slowly the market trying to build that pressure back below and expecting the market to retest and then to reject back again to the upside here. Okay, so from the intraday perspective, we can see the market is potentially coming back here. This is what we are looking at the moment, for the price to break that low. This is a very important area of value, and also there is a 4-hour 10 EMA that we can see in this area, which in fact could lead the price back below here. And we see some pullback currently at the moment in that area. As with the progression with the session, we can see this is now from this resistance trying to build that pressure back below. Looking at this lower time frame, expecting from this high the market slowly come back here to this support level, and then potentially to come back here, grab the liquidity, and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Get ready for another potential setup coming up. Currently the market is in fact dropping to that level as we discussed. So as the market is still didn't test this daily high, if you look at, still left a gap imbalance in the market, and the market doesn't like to leave a gap. So as the market doesn't like to leave a gap, we could see that the market to potentially test that here and then to revert back again to the upside here in this market. Here's the 15 minutes perspective on gold, and expecting the market to trend back down here to this support level, retest that zone, and then to trend again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Waiting for that potential drop. What do you think? Gold gonna come back to 3359, or it's gonna break this daily high? Share your thought and opinion. Let me start with a poll, or you can share on the chat. What is your thought on gold? Gbpusd, I will be looking at also one currency. We had a euro dollar trade in a previous session. Bounce from current level. Drop to daily low. What's your thought on this? I've posted a poll here, and in this area, what we can see the market trying to push back here, we might say that potential bounce, but is this coming below here, or we could see bounce from this level? Along with gold, also we are looking at, in our previous session, we looked at euro dollar, and we had a successful trade on euro dollar. Later the market dropped from that level. Currently it's now pushing back again. This session, along with gold, also you can look at Gbpjpy, British pound US dollar, or euro dollar, whichever showing better trending opportunity. Dollar yen as well, we can see there is a potentially a move back to the upside. US 30 showing that slowly trying to break below. Euro dollar. Here's the move that you can see on euro dollars trying to push back to the upside here. And from this support level, we might see that euro dollar may possibly break to the upside here. This is a support level. Here is a support level on euro dollar, which is an important level, expecting that euro dollar may possibly could go back to the upside in that area. And where from the 4 hour here, which is a support level, could be that euro dollar may bounce here to the upside to create a new higher high. So we're looking at on euro dollar to show possible directional bias here in this market. So euro dollar, Gbpusd, they almost move in the same direction. That being said, if we look at the 15 minutes perspective on euro dollar, which is potentially showing that the market may come back here, grab liquidity, and then to return back again to the upside here on euro USD. And if we look at gold in contrast, gold now coming to the daily support level. So we'll keep the euro dollar on the watch list to see if it is breaking that previous session's low. Session's low is very important. Current 4 hour session on euro dollar. This is the session's low and the candle is closing. If the market cross that session's low, we will be on the trade. Now here is what we can see in this area on Xauusd on gold, which is basically slowly trying to build the pressure back below. And one single move to 3360 is the best area that we will be looking for potential trading opportunity in this market. This is support level. Expecting the market to drop back below further and then to revert back again to the upside here. British pound US dollar and euro dollar, they both currently moving almost in the same direction. And from that point of view, if you look at here on gold, currently slowly trending, and that trend that you can see on gold is currently coming back to that support level here, which you could see the market slowly building the pressure back below, and where we could see the price come back to this test support and also potentially breaking further back below, and then to return back again to the upside. With this movement on gold, what we can expect now for the price to retest, and I'm waiting for that level to be broken as slowly 4-hour candlestick pattern coming back. Guys, this is what we have discussed in the beginning of the session, right? So the market to potentially come back to that support level and then to revert back again to the upside from that level. And that is where the market is approaching that support, expecting to reject back again to the upside here. From the intraday perspective, from this high, we can see the price is slowly potentially coming to test that 4-hour 20 EMA and 10 EMA, especially if it is coming to the 4-hour 10 EMA, which is also the daily liquidity zone. Could be an important area that we can look for possible bounce back to the upside, because this is the buy area potentially, and that's a daily support. Which is an important daily support, and expecting for the market to test and then to revert back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. You guys ready for this day here? And as the market is trending, we can expect another potential move. Along with euro dollar and gold, also we can look for Gbpjpy and dollar yen. But at the moment, as the first day of trading week, our focus mainly on, we are looking at gold for an entry from this daily support. So looking at here from the lower time frame market structure on gold. Now this is the 15 minutes price action that you can see. We can draw a trend line in many ways, right? So you can draw this channel, which is in fact going to the upside, and also this channel here, which is a bull flag. There's an interesting correlation if you look at these two channels. In this channel, this is less volatility, right? Smaller candles. But when you're looking at this one, bigger candles, bigger volatility. So there is a strange, you can say, relationship between these two channels. The relationship is that with this channel and with this channel, this one is bullish, right? And if you look at this one is bearish. So this market represents potentially bullish market structure. That's the relationship. Because you can look at a market and then you can instantly can say the volume, who is in control in this market. And when you look at volume and who is in control, what we need to look at is a market that is bullish. So if you look at here, you can see that from here, support, from this support level, pretty sharp bounce, pull back, another bounce, pull back, another bounce. So the market is maintaining that bullish market structure here. And that bullish market that you can see from here, pretty bounce back, pull back to the support level, another move, pull back to the support level. Now, as this is a key level of support, which is a very important zone, we can expect the market to come back to that support, grab the liquidity, and then to revert back again to the upside. And patience is key, as I mentioned earlier many times, because the market is coming here to the support level. Will not be blindly entering into the trade. This is the core in my strategy, that always look for confluences. Look for the probability which way the market to move, either to break or then to bounce. And the market always, you see, that will show up that pattern. You see the market more often will show either this market will bounce or will come back here. And that being said, expecting the market now to move back well below this level and then to revert back again to the upside here for another move back to the upside. Here's the move from this level, expecting the market to drop back below further and then to revert back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. There's a bull flag. The market is slowly trying to push back to the upside. This is the daily resistance. The price is still didn't test this daily resistance line here. And as the market didn't test this daily resistance, we could see the price to come back here to test and then to revert back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Now, we are looking at the 15 minutes perspective for this potential drop back to this daily low. If we look at the 1 hour, also we can see that 1 hour candle closing, which is almost nearly to close. And that 1 hour candle that you can see could bring that price. The next 1 hour could be downside and then to push back again to the upside here, which is the 4 hour 10 EMA is here. So connecting the multi-time frame is very important to look at possible entry in this market. Is the support expecting for the market to potentially break below further to this support level and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So expecting further downside, expecting further bearish move to this support before it take in one direction. Candle close on the 1 hour chart, so which is a long bearish candle, which is potentially to come back further below here. From the 4 hour that we can see is approaching that today's low. And the candle could come back, and what I think that it might break below and then close somewhere here, or before the candle close, it could bounce back again to the upside here. So you see that with the candle close, slowly the market again trying to break that low here, which is potentially to come back to grab liquidity from here, to break the low, and then to create a new lower low in this market. Here's the move that you can see slowly the market trying to build that pressure, build that momentum back below to this support level, and to retest and then to revert back again to the upside, to the major direction of the trend. Okay, so we still see that on gold, slowly the market in fact trying to push that price back below, and we are not going to enter against the trend. Definitely we will be looking for the price to come back to that support and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Expecting further downside here on gold, and where slowly the price is coming to that support level, potentially building the pressure here, and then to revert again back to the upside. We see there is a 10 and 20 EMA crossed over on the 15 minutes, and we have few more pips here to potentially come back. 35 pip potentially to drop, and this is 1 hour where we can see that a sharp break below that could bring the price further downside here, and that's what we're waiting to see the market to break that low before it potentially bounce back to the upside here in this market. For our perspective, the market slowly coming here, potentially breaking that low, even possibly breaking further below here. That is where looking at potential entry. I hope that guys are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. Here is the move that you can see on gold, expecting further bearish move here to this support level, even expecting further downside here to the support level to grab the liquidity and then to revert back again to the upside. Here is the 1 hour price action, expecting for the market to trend down here, and as it is currently in one single move, with that move we can expect for the market to come back here to test and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. As when we are trading, one of the very important question that you always ask is, are we trading with the trend or are we trading without the trend? Trading with the trend is the most important part that you need to look at when you are looking at the market. And that's the key, right? So you need to look for a market that is trending. And also our entry should be in the major direction of the trend. That's the key here. That's the most important part that you need to look at as a trader. Is there a uptrend for a short-term period, or this is what we are discussing. So the uptrend here, okay, so if you look at the bigger picture, from the bigger picture perspective, the trend is long term. So if you look at the daily, we can see that it's a bull market. From the 4 hour chart here that you can see also it is a bull market. So looking at here on the 15-minute chart, we can see that it's a long-term bull market. So in a long-term bull market, we only look for bullish setup. We will be looking for only buying opportunity in this market. And we are looking at the buying opportunity. We are looking for an entry where from the important support level. So if you look at this impulse here that you can see, we have drawn this box. That's a pretty sharp bullish impulse to the upside here. And that impulse that you can see, the market is on a bull flag here. A big pole, and then there is a bull flag in that area. And with that bull flag, the price again, what we can see, moving in a sideway. Now if the market breaks from that sideway below the low of this bull flag, it will bring another possible opportunity to buy in this market. That's what we are looking at for an entry, for the market to come back here to break that low and then to buy from that support level where the market has broken back below. Here's the move that you can see from this level, expecting for the market to potentially trend down here to this support level and then to revert back again to the upside. So as we can see, it tested this support from here, slowly creating an upside movement. We see still bearish move in that area, and we are not selling, as looking for entry from an daily area of value. So you have only few more pips for this potential drop here, and let's keep planning for potential entry here. So from the 8-year perspective that you can see, so 25 ATR move that you can see in this market. So if we look at 1.5 ATR stop loss, it's gonna be around 38 p potential stop loss here if we enter at the low of this daily. So if we place our pending order above this level, that means buy stop, buy limit. Got confused with this always. And TP target to 221. So if we place the buy limit here on 3359.85, stop loss 3355.95, and TP target at 3367.82. So 3359.85, stop loss at 3355.81, and TP target at 3367.82 is the level that you are looking for potential buy limit. And so place the buy limit here at 3359.89, stop loss at 3355.95, and TP target 3367.82. If the market breaks that low here, we are on the trade. So we place the buy limit here in that area and possibly to come back and hit that level. And if the market break that low here, if we look at the 4-hour 10 EMA, but I think the price most likely will see that rejection from this 10 EMA, which is this support level here, or even just from that level, can expect a rejection back to the upside. And as the market is, we see that there is a pullback again to the upside here. And this might form on the 15 minutes a head and shoulder in that area. And that head and shoulder may be the market to come back here to test this and then to reject back again to the upside here. That could be the potentially a support test, and then the market to bounce back here to go back to the key level. Waiting for a potential break below, so we place the buy limit here. Buy limit is on and wanting to see the market to test and then to reject back again to the upside here. So you're wanting to enter from a very important daily support, which is key level of support here. And that's an important key area that you can look for potential entry, which is an important level of support. And as that daily is today's low here, and we have seen there was a massive breakout past week, what we can expect here for the market to test and then to return again to the major direction of the trend here. Euro dollar, we can see it's just moving in a sideway. As you can see, the market slowly, this is the 15 minutes price action from this high, has broken back below, waiting for an entry here. We place the pending order at the daily support, and what I think there is a possibility for drop back below to the daily low as the market has come that far. You can see slowly trying to build that pressure, bearish pressure here. If you guys are enjoying the live session, don't miss out to like this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. There is a resistance line, expecting for the price to completely break below and then to potentially turn back up with another move. The pending order is on, waiting for a possible trigger. And while we are on this pending order, waiting for a trigger, guys, I'll take 1 minute break. Coming shortly. Trade is on just for 1 minute break and coming back. Stay tuned. Keep writing on the chat. What's your thought? All right, so you can see, guys, the market still waiting for possible trigger here, and as we see that from the lower time frame here, if you look at the 4-hour also, you can see there is pretty long wick doji. This is the previous session's low here, and from this support level is carrying that rejection. The market has dropped to that previous session's low, and we just dropped to the previous session's low from this support level. We can see the price trying to push back again to the upside here. And it didn't drop to the daily low. Instead, you can see there is a bounce to the 4-hour, and I think still there is a possibility for another break below here to the daily low, and that's where the high probability trade setup. Still we have, this is the 1-hour price action. If we look at the 15 minutes before the 4-hour close, we still have 2 more candles to close. And there's no significant news yet today. Here's the move that you can see from the support level. There's a double bottom, and price trying to push back here to the upside with this double bottom formation. Here's the head and shoulder that you can see has formed. Expecting it to break below here. And once the market managed to break that low here with this head and shoulder, there's an, you can see there is an imbalance in that area. That imbalance is quite important, as with this imbalance, if the price break that low here, that means it's coming to that Asian sessions low, which is where the best trade setup will come here for this session. We already see the market has dropped to the 4-hour support, and with the drop, the market slowly moved back to the upside again. Very slowly the price is trying to move again, trying to build that pressure back to the upside. And multi-time frame is key. If we look at potential entry. And from this support level, and I'm looking at the 1 hour again. From this support level, we can see the price slowly moving to the upside here. And from the 4 hour here, that's the doji. There's a head and shoulder here again. Head, left shoulder and right shoulder on the 15 minutes. And that head and shoulder, if the next candle coming here below, that's where the entry. As from the bigger picture perspective is still, from the daily, we see that still the price is trying to break below here to grab more liquidity before it potentially bounce back to the upside here. Looking at the 5 minutes here, that you can see in this lower time frame also, the price has made its initial bounce back to the upside, and this is an important support level, expecting for the market to drop further below and then to return again back to the upside. So you see that still a couple of minutes for the 50 minutes candle to close, and the market has left a big gap area in that area, gap zone, which is possibly to fill that gap and then to revert back again to the upside. Always the entry that we look at is from the bigger trend and from an area of value. Couple of things that always we need to look at when we are placing the entry. Number one is the trend, the direction of the trend. Number two is the area of value, where the market is heading and where it is heading to. Please explain what can happen rate cut situation. So what do you think? What can happen, or what could be the impact on the currency with the rate cut? So what the Powell speak on that day, so how does that has impacted? You can look at the DXY. Okay, so you saw that DXY had a breakdown, which has given strength on gold, and you see that there was a breakout. Okay, so you can see gold now still maintaining that bullish market structure with that announcement, which is in fact market mover, right? Which is a pretty big market mover that we have seen on gold. So share your thought and opinion with that question. What do you think that the market could react with that? Please explain. Sell from 336869. It's in a bull market, so I'm not going to sell in a bull market definitely, unless we see a big change in the market sentiment. Now, the candle close on the 15 minutes, and if you look at 1 hour from this support level, there is a bounce we can see, and from the lower time frame here that you can see from the 30 minutes, prices come to the 4-hour support, and we still place the pending order here, and it will be on only until the 4-hour close. So if the 4-hour candle not being able to break that low here, we see that there is a bullish pressure. That means the market left that imbalance to the upside here, and that imbalance could be the market to go back up again to fill that zone here. So this is a gap open early, and we have seen the drop back to back 3 green candle. Now with this candlestick pattern, the way we can see the market structure is I'm expecting the market to break this daily low. If it happens before this 4-hour close, that's gonna be huge. You can see it's getting some rejection from the top. Now if this candle coming here before the 4-hour close, we could see the market to turn back again to the upside here. But we need to see that drop back below here on the 4-hour chart to see the market created a structure. This is the potentially a dodgy formation on the 4-hour. And if this 4-hour closing as a narrow doji, that means that as a potentially very narrow doji, we might still see the market to go back to the upside here. The market, it's still showing that bullish pattern and potentially to remain bullish in this market. And any drop further is where we can look for potential opportunity to buy, and that's what I'm looking at for an entry. This channel that you can see there was a break here and then revert back again. So 30 minutes price action. This is the 30 minutes candlestick pattern, which is we can see the break of this support here from the 30 minutes to this 4-hour support, and then returning back again to the upside. The possibility to remain bullish here is higher. There is the 1 hour support level, which is liquidity gap, and you could see the market to move here, break that high, potentially continue to trend back to the upside here. So 4 hour close coming, and we can see that sharp rejection from this support level. As I mentioned earlier, there is still possibility for the price to come back here to break the low and then to return again back to the upside, which is a complete break to the upside on the 1 hour. And here we might see that trend continuation back to the upside in this market. As the level from this level drop to that zone, we could see the market to break back to the upside here, where the price may potentially be breaking that daily high. So we are almost nearly the 4 hour close, where the price is approaching the daily resistance, and I think that still the probability from the 4 hour close for this market to have another wave of drop here and then to return again back to the upside. So it didn't trigger us. That's okay. It didn't trigger us, but I'm still keeping it on the pending order. We'll see that how the 4 hour close, and then we will be looking into that if we need to readjust the entry, but it's still showing that bullish, because guys, this is very important that we don't be impatient. We'll have a lot of trade, and that's okay. You see that our win rate is very high is because of that reason. Strong bullish, yes, we are also bullish. The main goal here is to make sure that we are on the right direction. It can't be all the time right, but most of the time. And as I mentioned earlier, quality is more important than quantity, especially in trading. So we will be looking for the highest quality trade, best trade in the main direction. Even sometime if the trade doesn't trigger us, we are okay with that, right? So we are okay with this setup, that if the market doesn't trigger us, if the trade doesn't move in the if the trade doesn't trigger our entry, we are okay with that. So here is, you can see the market coming to that support and potentially to test and then to revert back again to the upside here. There's a move that you can see on gold. You can see the market from this support level has made it back to the upside and expecting it to continue to rise to the upside to create a new higher high. There is a bull candle expecting for the market to push back here and potentially to continue to trend to create a new higher high in this market. This is what we're waiting to see, that the price to give us an entry. Now our entry little lower because we negotiated a better price here, but that's completely fine. We are waiting for the candle close, and then if we need to readjust the entry, we'll be looking at what I think that 4-hour candle close could bring the price back above, and then for another retest or continuation back. Daily level that you can see here is at this point on the daily resistance, and the market tested this low here. If it breaks out, it might go a lot to the upside. If you look at the 4-hour, you can see that it might go a lot to the upside here with a breakout. And 2 minutes, the candle close coming on the 4-hour. Here is the move on this one here from the support level. We may see that rejection back above. The market is bullish, and what it could do, the market cross that daily high here, which is this liquidity zone, and then to revert back again. So, or it might just have a breakout and then go back here. Buying from higher high is not a good idea here. because we need to buy from very important zone in that area. Welcome. Thank you for joining this live session. You can see that here is the market from this support level here, pretty sharp bounce. The price has just crossed that intraday resistance here, and you can see the price has just 4-hour closed in that area, and slowly the market trying to pull back again. The price has just crossed the daily high. Okay, so you can see the price slowly from that level. Once it has broken, it's maintaining that bullish market structure, and as the market crossed the daily high, is still probability for the price to drop back to that daily low here, and where I'm waiting for the price to potentially drop back below. And now it created this new level here, so we might readjust the entry to this level now, as the market has created a new level in that area. Okay guys, so looking at 4-hour opening, that you can see the market currently we have to readjust the entry as the price has just crossed that high, and current level that I'm going to place a new entry in that level once we see the price has managed to drop again, because the price has moved a lot and the possibility for the price to drop here is lower than this. So here we will be readjusting the entry. We'll be waiting for the market to potentially come back here in that area. So here is the zone in that area. If you look at the 15 minutes, you can see pretty sharp move and expecting for the market to come back to this support level here. Here's the daily low. Now for us to find that entry, if you look at here, you can see this is a current support level, and in that support, as the market crossed that high, this is current section of level, we'll be waiting for deeper pullback. You guys ready for another move? I think it's gonna break here, as let's delete those levels to see a fresh new area. And this is the daily move. Today the market was, the volatility not that much, but that's where the possibility, because if this market breaking out with the current volatility, we highly likely would see the market to break again back to the upside here. And that's why the support level that you can see in that area here. And 4-hour price action that you can see here, this is where series of higher low. And if you look at here, you can see this is a series of higher low. This is the current zone, which is another important area of value, another important support that you can see on gold. And this is current support level. What I think that once the market managed to break to this support level here from this high, we can look for a potential entry. As the price from the daily has made its move back to the upside, the possibility for the market to drop again to this support is very higher. You can see that this is where a support level. So from the 4-hour also, it's approaching that 10 EMA. And these sessions if you look at here, you can see the market so far closed a bullish candle. Now what we need here is the market to drop to this previous session's low and along with the 4-hour 10 EMA, which is where possible rejection here in this market. So what we will be looking here in this session, for this session, is to enter from this 4-hour 10 EMA and also which is a daily intraday support level. This is the level, the new level that we will be looking at. And what I think, at any point after even cross of this high, there is a possibility for the market to drop back, and only in that situation I'm going to look for buy in this market. We have almost spent this 2-hour session here, and you know that we have a very high win rate, and this is the real trading opportunity that we will be taking only when it appears in the market. So the new level, this is what I'm looking at for an entry in the upcoming session. And as we are almost nearly to the end of the session, I'm going to end this session, but as you know that I'm coming on live again every day, twice except Thursday once. And this is also an important support. Currently looking for possible entry. If you guys are not on the live, probably you can see that level. 4-hour 10 EMA is the level that I'm looking at for potential entry. The next 4-hour I will be watching price action for an entry. One trade, 2 trades enough. Today early we had 1 trade on euro dollar, looking for gold trade from that level for buy to take that move back to the upside, and then we'll keep you posted, guys. In NY session I will post another analysis so that you guys know that what I'm doing, and stay tuned for that one. Also stay connected in the Telegram channel where you can find more updates, education as well as analysis, so that you know that exactly what is my plan and how I'm trading. I'm sharing everything every day. So that being said, thanks for joining. We'll see you again very soon with another live. Until that, stay well, stay happy, and keep trading with proper risk management. Keep growing for long-term success. Always better to stick to the